All right. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I'm back again with another video. I hope that you guys are doing well and I hope that you guys are staying safe. Today, you guys, this video is not going to be too long here. Um Today is actually just going to be a quick topic, actually little mini topics, but if this is you guys' first time watching me, my name is Joy. And I am a narcissist abuse coach. I've been dealing with narcissists since 2006. And since 2017, I have been helping former victims, now survivors, heal, move on, and recover after dealing with narcissistic abuse. So, you guys, today I was thinking, what it's the holidays is here, Christmas is coming up, and New Year's, and things like that, Valentine's Day. I'm pretty sure you guys are maybe you already done your shopping or maybe about to do your shopping. Hopefully, you guys have a good time with your family and friends. Or if you're by yourself during this period of time, hopefully, this is a good time for self reflection, introspection, doing your shadow work, doing your healing and your recovery. Now, even if you are around family members or friends, it is a good time to, work on your healing and recovery as well, right? Because some of you may be a very busy person or you may have obligations. So, you may need to be around family, but you also need to have the time to yourself. So it's all about having balance. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, you guys, I was just thinking about, the narcissist and the holiday time and, just being mindful. This is just a reminder. Just keep in mind that when you're dealing with a narcissist, they like to ruin, holiday time. So, just be careful of that. A lot of them are miserable anyway, right? Misery loves company, unfortunately. So, just be aware. You may get a Hoover, so be mindful of that. If you don't get a Hoover, then you are very lucky. That's good. But some of you may have to, you actually may have to be around the narcissist during Christmas, right? Maybe you might live with the narcissist, or, maybe it could be a child's mother or father that could be a narcissist. Maybe you're trying to do some co parenting and things like that. And so, you just want to make sure that, you prepare yourself ahead of time, prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically. Maybe you might want to prepare your children for that if they're old enough to understand, because some kids may not understand what a narcissist is. Some kids are, they just know what they know and they just want their parents to be together, but they may not understand, abuse. They may not know that they're being abused. So that's just something to be aware of. Now, again, I never tell anybody what to do, but for those of you that are looking for advice, you may want to educate your children or your child on what narcissistic abuse is all about. And as I always say, you never want to go about blaming the other parent or pointing the finger, but you always want to be very logical and you want to have facts, right? Factual information and be very logic. Because sometimes it can be emotional when it comes to dealing with the narcissist, right? But the thing is that you want to be logical versus, emotional. And, because your kid is looking up to you, your kid is seeing you as a role model, and your kid is looking for you for, support. They're looking for your validation. They could be looking for your attention and looking for, your support and your loving and your care. And you may not, you're still probably in a recovery process of healing from the narc. You may not be able to provide your child with that. And like I said, if your child is old enough to understand, explain to them what's going on. You don't want to bring the child into quote unquote adult business. But for some, if, like I said, if they're at the age where they understand, then I highly recommend sharing with them. And also, make sure that you do get the book, I Feel Misunderstood, because, if you have kids that have narcissistic parents, maybe you're having to do a co-parenting type of dynamic or parallel parent, or be in contact with a narc, your child may be dealing with a lot. So get my book, help them to feel better about themselves and help them to get an understanding about life and, relationships and just themselves, their mental health, even at a very young age, is very good. They need that support, right? They need that encouragement. They need that validation. They need attention, and they need to know how to be able to cope with those type of situations, and even connections if they have a parent that's abusive. So, and the good thing is as the older the child gets, the child will begin to know which parent is the one that's causing the trouble. But when they're at a younger age, they're more susceptible to manipulation, right? They're more susceptible to influence, and they can be coerced into a certain way, or they can be tricked into thinking certain stuff. I know there was one person, I actually still do sessions with her. We did sessions since 2022. And she has a child. The child is, I think it's like just turned 18. But anyways, I want to say that the person's ex-husband was a narcissist. And what happened is that her ex-husband basically convinced the child, that the mother was the one, causing all of the drama, and the one that was the reason for the breakup, and putting all the blame on the mother. So, and sometimes, when children are young, they're vulnerable, they want love. Like I said, they want attention, they want empathy, sympathy, they want someone to talk to, they want someone to pay attention to them, and they're not getting it. And if they have one parent that's giving it to them, then they're going to probably side with the parent that is there for them. You get what I'm saying? So versus the parent that is like kind of absent, not really there as much, they don't see them, or they don't hear from them, or whatever the case is. So you want to make sure, you really, if, like I said, if the child's able to get the book for them, I Feel Misunderstood, or if they're at an older age, share with them narcissistic abuse, let them know, because they may run into a narcissist. You never know. And it's good for them to be able to know how to navigate, and for them to know how to cope and how to handle these type of individuals, in all sorts of environments, whether it's at school, it's at church, or it could be in a home environment. It could be as they get older and maybe they may start working, it could be like in a work environment, after school program, or maybe college, and stuff like that. Or maybe it could be like a boss that they may have as they get older, and they may go out, and that's confirmation. But so you got to teach this to your kids, and like I said, it could be friends. You never know, like your child may, begin to gain friends, and some of the friends may not be a good influence. Some of the friends to your child, and I'm not trying to scare anybody, but this is reality stuff. You guys get me? But it's true. You got to be careful, like who your child is friends with, because you never know how a person is raised in their home. You never know, like if they had supervision, if they was home trained. People have different values. People have different morals. So you got to make sure, not only do you train your child right, but whoever your child is hanging out with, get to know them and find out, like, okay, ask them questions, and who is your child hanging out with? Because if your child is around bad influences, then they could make bad decisions, they could accumulate bad karma. They can have negative relationships, toxic environments, unhealthy friendships. They could downward spiral. May get depressed often, get a lot of anxiety. They could live in fear, and they could just be really unproductive and just non-constructive, So just be mindful of that. Make sure that, you're spending time with your kids, whatever it is that you do. I know a lot of people are busy. They're busy working, and a lot of people are always in a hurry. They're in a rush. Their attention span is like very little. So just make sure that you have that time in your schedule where, you talk to your child, get to know them, find out who they are, what they like, and what makes them them. Because It's crazy because you guys may not know, but some parents, even though they have kids, a lot of times parents don't even know their own children. Like, and I got to be honest with you guys, like, I love my parents, always have, always will. But I think the biggest thing that I had to work through, especially like in my healing and recovery journey, was just understanding that my parents did the best that they could do, but at the end of the day they really didn't know me. you know and if you think about it, if you're saying that to like a 5-year old, a 6-year old, a 8-year old, 9-year old, that's gonna hurt that little kid. So you have to learn how to work through those emotions. Even if you are a grown adult and your inner child has been hurt, or your inner child is mad or angry, bitter, maybe just lashing out, having tantrums and stuff, you have to be able to regulate that inner child. So you just something to keep in mind, and whether if it's your own personal inner child or if it's your actual child, like, you get what I'm saying. You have to learn how to work through those emotions. But anyways, yes, so just keep in mind, with the narcissist and the holidays, I guess, just be mindful, like, they like drama. So a lot of narcissists are very dramatic, they like mess. A lot of them are messy. They like to start stuff. So just don't be surprised. Basically, that's all I'm saying. Don't be surprised. Expect the unexpected from a narcissist. And don't take it personal. That's the other thing. It's when it comes to dealing with a narcissist, you have to understand that whatever it is that they do to you, whatever it is that they say to you, however they treat you, it is not personal, you guys. Whatever. A lot of times the narcissist is miserable themselves. The narcissist is hurt. The narcissist feels like they made a mistake. The narcissist feels like they lost something. So a lot of times they'll take their anger out on their victims, or they'll take their anger out on the people that's the closest to them, or they will take it out on a stranger. So it just really depends on the particular situation. And that's just not just for the narcissist, but that's just for people in general. Like, if you find yourself where maybe you could find that you've been going through a lot. Like, let's say you're listening to this, you're like, bro, like, I'm dealing with so much. Things have been going this way, things have been going that way. And maybe you feel like like your life is just upside down right now. Or maybe you feel like people turned their back on you, or maybe you feel like people don't care about you, or maybe you feel just alone, or you feel depressed. Maybe you're dealing with the seasonal affective disorder this year for the holidays and stuff like that. Maybe you feel like you're a black sheep. Maybe you feel like you don't have any friends, you don't have any family members, you feel alone, you feel isolated, you feel outcast. Just understand that, maybe God could be like, working on you in some way. God could be using you for a purpose. So this is why this is really important to do your shadow work. And I'm saying this because, you guys, I've done my shadow work, and I continue to do my shadow work, because doing shadow work helps you to heal, right? Doing shadow work helps you to recover. If you don't know how to do your shadow work, that's good, because maybe you can book a session with me and we can talk more about it, on what is shadow work, more on the healing and the recovery journey. Because I'm telling you guys, if you skip this part, this is a very crucial part. You have to do this, because this is going to allow you to go into the next stages in your life, because if you don't do the shadow work, right, if you don't heal, you don't recover, then you stay stuck in the past. You stay bitter, you stay angry, you stay vengeful, and you're miserable. Like, what I'm saying? Life is too short for that. Life is here 1 minute and the next minute is gone. So it's just like, you want to waste your life being miserable all day? You want to waste your life being depressed, sad, living in fear, and just living a life of just unproductivity? You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you do what you need to do to not only help yourself, but you can, by you healing yourself, you can heal your kids, you can heal your spouse, you can heal other family members, you can heal friends and people that want your help. Because remember, not everybody wants your help, and not everybody wants to do the shadow work either. And I get it, because it's not easy. Like, if I told you that doing the shadow work was easy, I'd be lying, and I'm not a liar at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, it takes a very special person to do your shadow work, and it's not for the weak. It's not like, it's a lot of lonely nights, a lot of lonely nights, a lot of sad nights, a lot of just dealing with your emotions, dealing with the inner turmoil and the self talks, like, you get what I'm saying, and just going through ups and downs when it comes to people and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, but overall, basically what I'm saying is, don't take things personal. I know, like I said, that's easier said than done, because a lot of times when situations happen and people may do things and say things to us, we take it personal. We make it about us. We're like, oh, this happened, that happened, but just remember, it's not about you. Nothing that happens to you is not personal. It's not personal. Unfortunately, we live in a world where people are evil. Sadly, right? We live in a world where people hate, people are jealous, people are envious, people are vengeful, people are angry all the time, people are mad. If somebody is not mad, they're going to find a reason to be mad at you, even if there's no justifiable reason. People just want to be mad. People just want drama. People just want the smoke for no reason. Like, you get what I'm saying? That's the world we live in. That's why God said, you live in the world, but you're not of it. You know what I'm saying? So even though other people are like that, you don't have to be like that yourself. You see what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, being aware of that, and just kind of just, accepting things that you can't change at the end of the day as well. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, I hope that was helpful, but I hope that you guys have an amazing holiday. Like I said, this video is not going to be too long. And like I always tell you guys, any topics you want me to do, please let me know, you guys, so that way I can make a video. So that way it's helpful to those listening in. Folks can heal. Excuse me. Folks can heal, and folks can, begin their shadow work. They can get on that journey to recovery. And it is the holidays time. So hopefully, you're kind of just resetting, getting everything done for the end of the year, and going into the new year with a bang. And, hopefully you have some resolutions for yourselves, some goals you set. That's always a good thing, to just start it on a good note for the next year and end it on a good note for next year. You get what I'm saying? Because and I guess, again, even if you are around the narcissist for the holidays, you don't have to let them ruin it for you. That's the intent of the narcissist. They want to destroy you, right? They want to ruin you. They want to make you upset, right? They want to get a reaction out of you. They want to make you feel how they feel. And it's just like, no, you don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to give the narcissist what they want. It's just best to do what makes you happy, and just forget about the narcissist, forget about the past, forget about things that you can't control, and focus in on the present moment. Now, I know that even though you are able to move on and you're able to forget about the past, sometimes the narcissist can't get over the past, right? And that's not your problem, though, So just keep that in mind. Sometimes the narcissist will hold on to stuff. They'll hold on to grudges. They'll be resentful, and they'll hold on to stuff. But that's not your problem at the end of the day. It's like, that's their life. You have your own life. So you got to do what's best for you and your kids and your happiness and your peace, because that's what it's all about, right? Keeping your peace, right? And all that good stuff. But yeah, also another thing, taking care of yourself too during this time. Like I said, if you guys are, dealing with a lot mentally, emotionally, psychologically, take care of yourself the best way that you can. Love yourself, respect yourself, and really see the value in what you bring to the table, not only when it comes to relationships, but friendships, work environments, any other type of environment. Just know that, hey, like, you're a valuable person, like, you have a lot to offer, and now if you feel like you don't have a lot to offer, again, that's where you got to do that shadow work, right? It always comes back to the shadow work. We always got to go back to that, because I know, like I said, a lot of people don't want to do it, right? Trust me, I know if you're listening to this, you may have done your shadow work, which is good. For some of you, you may have started it, but you stop, you start, you stop. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you kind of go at your own pace, and maybe you see like those little improvements, so that's always good. But for some of you, maybe you haven't even started it at all. You're like, bro, I'm good. Like I don't need no shadow work. I'm just moving on to the next person, So to each his own, no judgment zone over here. No judgment zone over here. I know me personally, I couldn't skip my shadow work. I wish I could. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I could skip my shadow work, but God didn't, that wasn't in his plan for my life. Like, God was like, no, you finna do that shadow work. I had to do my healing and recovery, and I had to do it alone. I did it alone, but I had some help, which is good, right? Like I told you guys, I talked to someone for about a year, which is good, right? I have my close knitted friends, rare case, but less than a handful of friends, which was totally fine with that. I'm totally fine with that, because I feel like sometimes, right, in certain circumstances, not all the time, but a lot of times in this world that we live in, the less friends you have, the better. The reason why I say that is because sometimes some of the people you have around you aren't really your friend. Some of those people are secret haters, right? They're secretly jealous and envious of you, or they secretly trying to use you for something, or they trying to hold you back, or they trying to like sabotage like friendships and other relationships. So you got to be careful, right? Because some people will pose as a friend and they really not, some people will pose as like, oh, I got you, whatever, and they really not. They just selfish, right? They just out for themselves. Like, you get what I'm saying? So you got to be careful, you guys, and trust your gut, trust your intuition. You get me? So anyway, I hope that this video was helpful and insightful. I hope that you guys have an amazing holiday. Have a wonderful Christmas, a wonderful New Year. I love you guys so much. And I will see you guys next video. I'm more than likely, I'll do another video. But like I said, you guys do leave any comments, any feedback of topics that you guys want to make a video. You want me to make a video about anything that you want to learn when it comes to dealing with narcissistic abuse. So that way we can all work through any concerns that you guys may have. Let me see here. Bear with me 1 second, you guys. I just wanted to pull something up here. But yes, I hope you guys enjoy the holidays with your fam and friends, And also keep this in mind too during the holidays with the narcissists. I actually posted this. This was a good one. It says narcissists don't love. Hold on 1 second, you guys. I just wanted to share with you this post. It says they want attention. If they can't get positive attention, they will take negative attention. If they can't have your admiration, they will accept your rage. But they must provoke some response from you. That is their goal, to provoke a response, any response. It solidifies in their minds their power over you. They are calling the shots that you are weak or gullible, or easily manipulated or vulnerable, or whatever they have labeled you in their mind. That means you are less than them. So yeah, just keep in mind that the narcissist may want your attention during the holidays, right? They want any response from you, and the thing is that the narcissist wants power over you. But remember, the narcissist has no power whatsoever over you. Only the power that you give to them, but you have the power. So just keep that in mind. Hold on 1 second, you guys. I just want to see something real quick here, because I thought that there was one. Let me see. It was something I wanted to pull up here. Yeah, so I noticed here when I put what are some things you guys want to learn about inner child healing and CPTSD and setting boundaries. So that's good. Maybe we'll definitely talk about that. But make sure you guys are taking care of your inner child, during this holiday time, right? Your inner child, setting those boundaries. Don't be afraid, you guys, too. Let's talk about this real quick, and we'll do another video. But don't be afraid to set boundaries with people, right? Don't be afraid to say no, right? Don't be afraid to say, like, thank you for asking, but I'm okay, or just going no contact, or, speaking up for yourself. And, don't be afraid of conflict, like, because I know some people like to run away from conflict, and some people, are just kind of, maybe they are just not used to it, maybe, or they get nervous, or just understand that sometimes that's how life is. Sometimes life is conflict, or um it may be hostile sometimes, but just understand, when it comes to you and your peace and your space, and your, like, the way that you want to live. Just because you have people asking for stuff, that doesn't mean you have to say yeah. And if you want to say yeah, you can say yeah. But if someone is asking you something and they're pressuring you to do it, then that should let you know, like, something is up, that person is up to something. You see what I'm saying? So just be careful about that. Like, don't, like, you should be more afraid of saying no to yourself more than saying yes to other people, if that makes sense, right? Start saying yes more to you, more, versus saying yes to people and you really want to say no, if that makes sense, right? Now, I'm only saying that because I used to do that, right? Many years ago. I used to be, quote unquote, a people pleaser, right? I used to be a yes person, right? I used to, I would do stuff just because, whatever the case was. Like, I used to be a people pleaser. I recovered from that, which is good. And sometimes when you used to be a certain way, and certain people known you to be that way, and maybe you have boundaries now, you have boundaries, and some people won't like that, right? So just keep in mind the people that, when you kind of, have your boundaries, and you have your self-respect, and you love yourself, and you value your energy, you value your time, just notice the people that fall off, that no longer talk to you anymore, or that have a problem with you setting boundaries for yourself, or that have a problem with you with, taking time to yourself. Sometimes, the world is draining, sometimes what you do for work could be draining, or, your family time could be draining, like, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes you may need your personal space. Now, other people could have a different personality where they get their energy from other people, like narcissists. So a narcissist, probably, they don't like being alone. They need to have a lot of people around them, because they don't have energy for themselves. So they have to get energy from other people. So that's why they're always trying to get a reaction out of other people, because they want your energy, because they desperately don't have any energy at all. So they get it from other people all the time. So you don't want to be in that position where you need to be around a lot of people all the time in order to make yourself feel better. You have to make yourself feel better from within, and then you go out and do what you need to do. And you need to interact with people, cool, but you don't want to be like you're dependent on other people in order for you to feel better about yourself, or like you're trying to get a reaction out of somebody because you feel miserable. Like, you don't want to be like that, because you're going to come off as a narcissist, right? You're going to come off as toxic. You're going to come off as a vampire energy. Mm. Excuse me, guys. Hold on one second. I guess the narcissist doesn't want me to say that. Hold on. Mm. All right, we good. Yeah. So, anyways, but yeah, just keep in mind that the narcissist needs to have a lot of people around them, because they don't feel good about themselves. A lot of narcissists hate themselves. They really truly hate themselves. They really do. It's really sad when you think about it, that they become that way. But they can only blame themselves, because they're adults, so they made those decisions. So it's like, hey, we all have decisions we've made, and we got to live with it. You know what I mean? So, but just something, just as a reminder. So anyway, I love you guys. I would love to know, what was your guys' biggest takeaway. Please be sure to give this video a like, share, and subscribe. Have a nice holiday. I'm sending you guys so much love and many, many hugs. And till the next time. All right. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.